It's finally happening. Oh my gosh. Hello, my bunnies. Welcome back to a very, very exciting video. I've been waiting for this video for like years. Oh my goodness. The series on my channel, Paddington's Parent Treat, which is a dog treat series here on my channel with my doggies, has been turned into a cookbook. Oh my god. Okay. This is my favorite cookbook ever. Even if I write more in the future, this is going to be, I think, my favorite because I've been wanting to write this for so long. Here it is. And if you are a dog parent who loves to spoil your dog, this is going to be like your Bible. This will show you how to make the most extra fancy, like cutest little dishes for your dogs. A lot of them are like dog versions of human food, which is really, really exciting. So I'm going to like take a look into the book with you and show you my favorite recipes. But before I do that, I want to let you know that if you pre-order before March 16th, because this launches on the 16th, so you have until like technically like March 15th at like 11:59 p.m. If you pre-order the book before then, there are a ton of freebies that you'll get. I'm gonna wait till the end of the video to go into that because I'm sure you just like want to see the inside of the book. But one of the freebies is a little signed card, which I do for every book I've written, but Paddington and Treacle are also gonna sign it like with their little paw prints. So yeah, I hope that like you like the little extra touch. But there are so many other freebies, so definitely wait till the end of the video for those. But anyways, yes, let's get into it. And before I wrote this book, I wanted to make sure that the information that I was going to be giving you guys was correct because I treat my dogs like my children. They are my children, and I'm sure your dogs are like your children too. So I do not want to lead you down a wrong path. I don't want to ever do anything to harm any animal. So I made sure that I got certified. So as you can see under my name, it says Certified Pet Nutrition Coach. Let me just say, like, it was so hard to find certification for that. I spent like forever online, but I finally found a place that certifies like basically veterinarians for that, so it's legit. And I learned a lot, and I can assure you that all these foods are safe for your dogs. This is a treat book, so it's not substitutions for your dog's meals. I know that every dog is different and their nutrition needs are different. I don't want them to just be like exclusively eating these in substitution like of their regular food and then get nutritional deficiencies, if you get what I mean. So these recipes are just for treats or for like little birthday snacks or things that you can sprinkle on top of their kibble rather than substitute, if you get what I mean. If you would like a book that is like food substitutions and like homemade food that you can give for your dogs as meals, let me know. I will definitely do more training before I feel like I am qualified to do that. But if you would like to see my take on those kind of recipes, let me know and I can talk to my publisher. So anyways, let's get into it. So like the color scheme of this book is blue. And then we have Paddington on the cover and he's wearing a little chef's hat. Can I just say, I'm gonna like so the publisher wanted like a cover shot in last March when like everything's still shut down, but things were like extra shut down. So the groomer was shut down. Paddington had not been groomed for quite a bit. And I'll insert the photo here of like the test shot for the cover, and he looks just like a ball of hair. Like he is a ball of hair, but he is like extra ball of hair here. And I mean, he's still fluffy here, but it's just like not as crazy, if you know what I mean. In terms of like the contents of the book, first we have a food safety guide, which I'll get into in a second. I'm like so proud of that section because it took me ages. And then we have fundamentals, so just a bunch of basics. And then I've divided it into seasons because I was like, how am I going to divide this? And I thought seasonal was kind of cute. So like each different season, you can like feed your dog different little seasonal goodies. And then there's some extra pages thrown in. So like, let's see. We have like 50 facts about Treacle, and I know we have 50 facts about Paddington, and then like their little bios. And then we have a naughty puppies section where I go into all the things that Paddington has done that are very, very naughty. I have photographic proof of like a lot of them too, which is crazy. But they all seem to do with food because he is definitely a foodie. This is why he is a published cookbook author. My dog is an author, I'm so proud. So I wanted to empower you guys with knowing what is safe for your dog, what kind of things you can like substitute in or out if your dog doesn't like this ingredient and stuff like that. So in order to do that and to feel like I am educating you guys as much as I could, I made a food safety guide. So that's in the front of the book. We have these adorable little like, I don't know, clip art? Is that the right term? These little drawings. These are made by my graphic designer. I found her on Etsy. I'll link her Etsy down below. She's fabulous, and she's done the little cutesy like Paddington and Treacles that I'm sure you've seen everywhere. So I go into no foods, yes foods, and sometimes foods. And I also go into like why they're toxic, if they're toxic, why they're good for you, like what kinds of vitamins they have. And for the sometimes ones, I think I say like how often, or just like, yeah, like how often, or like if you give them too much, like what happens, so that you can feel empowered and you can know what's good for your dog and like what's not. So when I wrote this section, I like sat down on my couch with my laptop and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be like an hour. Turns into 8 hours all overnight because I'm a night owl. So it was like roughly like 11 p.m. to like 7 a.m. of me writing. I got carpal tunnel from it. It was like 8 pages on Microsoft Word. It was like insane. I couldn't believe that it was this long, but I mean, it's all important information, so I couldn't omit anything, because I feel like if I omit something, like I need to give you guys the full picture and I need to like impart this information, because like I didn't want to leave anything out. I want you guys to, again, like feel empowered when feeding your puppy. Then we have a bunch of Kong fillings, because I know those have been requested in the past, so I thought that this cookbook would be a great place to share with them, to share them with you. And I also have a diagram that my graphic designer made. Initially, I was going to have this made in pink because I thought that would be really cute, but then when she did it in pink, I realized that it kind of looked like bowels, and so we made it blue. Because I'm like, it looks like the intestines. It looks like things are like coming out. So blue is what we ended up with. And then I have like an order of like how you can fill your Kongs, because you can make them quite complex and do like a full kind of meal in the Kong. And then we have some fillings. So we have some Papptella, which is like Nutella, but safe for doggies, because don't give your dog real Nutella, oh my God. And we have like a 5-layer fantasy, breath refresh if your dog has stinky breath, Paddington, my goodness, chicken salad semi, and meaty delight. They love them all equally. And then in a lot of recipes, I have these little treacle tips, which I'm so happy. I think it's like the cutest alliteration. So it's like little treacle wearing glasses, because she is teaching us some interesting facts. It's just like some things just to like add to the recipe, or like how to store the recipe, or all these kind of things. We have Treacle's training treats, because I know these have been requested for a while. This recipe actually just went on my channel, so if you'd like to see like a video of it, I will link it in the cards. We have also some broth. So I have chicken, salmon, fish technically, but whatever, fish or salmon, and beef. And we're just gonna like zoom in on this photo of Treacle. She has so much attitude. And I thought this photo was hilarious. She looks massive here. She's 3 pounds, so like not actually that big. But with broth is kind of a tricky one, because human broth usually contains onion and garlic just to like add flavor, but those are toxic to dogs, as you'll see in like the fundamental section, or like the food safety guide. So you don't want to use human grade stock when you're like using them in recipes for your dogs. You can always substitute water, that's totally fine. But in this book, I show you how to make obviously beef, chicken, salmon stock that is dog friendly. And you can make a huge bunch and then even pour them into little ice cube trays and freeze them so that you have it on hand, just like defrost it in the microwave or like in the fridge overnight, so that you're not like making stock every week, because like that would be a bit of a pain. And oh my gosh, for the salmon, Paddington, and we got this massive fish head. My boyfriend was wonderful and found this at the grocery store, and Paddington was like, oh my God, he was so excited. And like obviously with the fish head, you like boil it in the water. And as someone who, if I wasn't doing this, I think I would probably work in medicine, 'cause I'm super interested in that, to the point of being like forensic medical examiner, so like someone who does autopsies. I know this is like totally different topic than this video, but just to give you reference for like how strong my stomach is for this kind of stuff, I was taking the fish head out of the stock and the face broke off, and it made me almost throw up. It was like, it grossed me out so much, and I'm like, I'm disappointing myself right now. I thought I could do better. Then we have some classic dog bones, just because like we had to include them in here, and they love them so much. We also have some Love is Love gummies. I love these, very important for pride. And also, it can be tricky to find food coloring that is safe for dogs, like natural stuff with natural ingredients. But I found it, I'm like, I want to figure it a way. I want to show you guys how to make all these colors. So this recipe will show you how, basically. But the colors are very, very vibrant. I didn't Photoshop it to make it look more vibrant. They actually look this vibrant in person. We also have some dog cookie frosting. My God, frosted cookies. That's another recipe that I spent years trying to figure out how to do, because I tried it once and it failed miserably, but I finally figured out like the best way to do it, and a way that doesn't have you like running out to a million different specialty stores to find a good like to find the ingredients. If you're from New York, you guys probably know how obsessed I am with New York City. And so I made some NYC black and white cookies. This is not chocolate, by the way. This is carob, which is safe for dogs. And then we have some like Instagram style cakes for your dogs, because like your dogs deserve to have cute recipes too. I mean, like, I'm sure they don't appreciate it as much as we do, but it doesn't matter. So we have a puppy corn cake. So it's a dog, but it has like a little unicorn. And these are made out of dog cookies. So they can eat these, and obviously they can eat everything here. Everything is totally safe. Then we have, I'm just gonna show you the whole book. Another one of my favorites are these cream cheese and lox. Dogs can't have smoked salmon, but they can have just like canned salmon. So that's why lox is in like quotes. But little bagels. How cute are these? Paddington liked these very much. I was outside trying to shoot this for like 45 minutes in the heat. It was like, you know, when you have like an idea of like how a photo's gonna turn out and it just like can't replicate it in person. That was one of those moments, and it was very frustrating, but it worked out. It worked out, it's fine. We've got some madeleines for dogs. We have some Pocky, which I'm sure will be very, very popular. They're more rectangle than the stick Pocky, but they're just as good, I think. We also have some pretzels, and you'll see, this is my lovely boyfriend, Marco's hand, just because like, when you're trying to shoot with like a DSLR, which is like the heavy duty camera, and you're trying to focus it, because like automatic focus never works for me. I don't know how everyone does it. Like it always is out of focus. This is not a one-person job, so I had Marco hold it. And so if you see a man hand like throughout the book, like obviously that's not mine. So. I also made some granola bars, and if we zoom in, we can see Treacle wearing her little backpack with the granola bars inside. The cutest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. And for another Instagram style cake, we have a fur-made cake. So it's a mermaid cake that's for dogs. And there's like little bones up near the fin. I think it's so cute. And also, if you're curious where this bed is from, this is from Amazon. There's like these little furry donut beds on Amazon, and my dogs love them. I'll link them below if you want to check them out. They have like, I think they've even like surpassed the Pottery Barn beds. They are their most favorite beds for sure. We've also got some boba tea. This recipe is also on YouTube. I did it to promote the book, so I'll link that in the cards here as well if you want to check it out. We also have some jerky recipes. So this is just like very clean. I believe it's just pure meat. And I feel like obviously there is store-bought jerky and it's totally fine, but I feel like making a homemade version is just like another way of like loving on your puppy, and Paddington was like dying when these were in the oven. I'm like, oh my God, I need them now. I'm very, very excited. We also have some carbonara cookies. So the cookies are here, but I wanted to make some like spaghetti carbonara just next to it, just for the photo. And then I'm like, I will give them one taste of the pasta. Like they shouldn't have carbonara pasta, but I'm like, you get like 1 minute to taste it. And Paddington and Treacle, they're very different in terms of personality. Treacle is like so dainty, and she just takes like one noodle at a time. I'll insert the photos here, just like, oh, what is this? It's one noodle. That's very nice. It'll be very dainty. And Paddington was just like, just like he went, he just took like all the noodles in his mouth. It was like getting caught in his fur. It was absolute insanity. So yeah, like don't like make human style pasta for your dogs. But yeah, so this was just like a very like rare once in a lifetime little treat for them. We have my infamous red velvet cupcakes. So these went so viral on Instagram. I think 2 to 5 million views. I forget where it falls in that range, but they were very, very popular, and everyone thought they were for humans. They're like, why are you letting your dog lick the cupcakes? And I'm like, it literally says it's for dogs. But I think like that's why I got so viral, because everyone was like, what's going on? So we also have some Homestyle puppy stew. So this recipe is actually direct from my dog's breeders. They gave me this recipe to give them if they came home from surgery and were just feeling like a little like, So I thought I would include this in the cookbook, because like this recipe, I mean, I've shared it on YouTube before. When I got Treacle spayed, I included it in that video too. And the dogs love it, and they now like recognize it whenever I'm making it. They're like, oh my God, it's puppy stew. Sorry. And then we have another stew recipe. This is steak and potato stew. I also just posted this on YouTube. And this is like an expensive stew to make, because I use like actual steak. And I know when you're making stew, you should use meat that you can like slow cook and braise, and you totally can. But I just want it to be like extra. So that's why I use steak. I don't think I've ever spent that much on ingredients for a dish for me. before, but the dogs love it. And I actually, because it makes like a ton, so I've divided it into like little mini freezer bags because like I have Pomeranians, they're so tiny, they don't eat that much. So put it into individual bags, pop it in the freezer, and then you just pop one of the bags in the fridge overnight to defrost, and then the next day you can use it as like a little food topper or for their birthday or something like that. We have these little Glamour Pup Beet treats. And funnily enough, I kind of stumbled upon this recipe, but before I get into it, look at this glorious self promo where I put this vase of fake tulips on top of my unicorn food cookbook. So I had to do it. Like I need to take like a note from RuPaul and like shamelessly promote the book. So it's a book within a book. But these little treats, so they are beets, and you know beets stain like crazy. So a really cool fact about this treat is that they are set with gelatin. So initially I thought they would be like little gummies, but they were impossible to get out of the molds. I was just like, God. So I put it in the freezer, and then they unmolded so easily. And then I realized that as they defrosted, they didn't melt, obviously because of the gelatin, but they also didn't get beet juice over everything. So no beet juice on the floor, no beet juice on my white couch, thank God. And it just because the gelatin kept everything together. So I'm really glad that actually worked out that way because it will keep your house tidier and like less stained by beets. Side note, if you are making anything for your dogs with beets in them, their stool might be pink or red the next day. Don't panic, like I do every time, because I always forget about beets. I'm like, oh my God, like someone is like bleeding internally. I'm like, no, we ate beets the night before. So just keep that in mind. And then the last recipe I'm going to share with you guys, God, I'm like, have I just shown the entire book, is Christmas dinner. So this is a quail. It's quail. It's quail? Yes, it is. Yes. No, it's a cornichon. So it's mini. It's like this big in person. So perfect size. It's like the turkey equivalent for dogs in terms of size. So I show you how to make it, how to make this size, how to make it delicious, and then we have little Benny. His little face, he's so excited. Oh my God, he was so excited about everything. After we finished shooting the book, he slept for like, not straight, but like on and off for like a day and a half. He could like tell that like the cooking and the hard work was over, and it's like, oh my God, it's time to rest. Like I've eaten so much. He was just so tired. But yeah, so that is a very thorough look into the cookbook. Did I show you? No, I didn't show you everything. There's other really, really good things inside, so that's why you have to buy it. But now, to get into the freebies that you get if you pre-order the book, I actually created a full website. I'm like very proud of myself that I was able to do this because I didn't think I could. But I created a website that has links to every store that it's sold at, so you can just like click the icon and it will take you there. And then it also shows a sneak peek of some of like the different pages, and then scroll down, it shows you what you get if you pre-order. So first thing you get is 25% off the Paddington's Pantry merch line. I haven't finished it yet, but it will be coming, it will be done by the time the book goes live. It's so cute. You will love it, I promise. So it's all just like basically all doggy themed clothes and blankets and like socks and stuff like that. Like I mentioned before, you get a signed book plate mailed to you of my signature and Paddington and Treacle's paw prints. I'm turning them into little stamps so that I don't have to like subject them to like over and over and over again, because that's just like, I think that's like animal abuse. You're gonna get 2 doggy sticker sheets. I just thought I was gonna do 1, but I've decided to do 2 because I have another idea. So you're gonna get 2 different sheets of doggy stickers, and then a set of 2 Paddington and Treacle fridge magnets, or just like anywhere that's magnetic. Little magnets to put somewhere so they can be watching you in your kitchen, because they watch me when I'm in my kitchen. You'll also be getting some puppy-approved stickers. So this is something that I had an idea. So there's an idea that I had even like before I wrote the book. And I asked my publisher if we can include it in the book, but they said it was a bit complicated. So I'm like, okay, then I'll make it a freebie. So what it is there's these little, I'll put an image here, little puppy-approved stickers. You'll get 1 for each recipe in the book so that you don't run out. And after your dog tries a recipe in the book, and if they like it, I'm sure they will, but fingers crossed. So if they like it, you put that sticker on the page so that you can know for future reference that this is a recipe that your dog likes, and that you can like make it again and be confident that your dog will like it. Isn't that cool? I'm so excited about that. And also you will get a free custom recipe from me. So what you'll do is you'll email me and tell me what your dog's favorite flavors are, what kind of like nutritional limitations they have, if they have any. And and I'll make a custom birthday cake recipe for them. So the recipe, I don't sell cakes, so I'll just develop the recipe for you. I will sketch it, and then I'll email you the recipe with the sketch so that you can make it for your doggy for their birthday. So it might be a recipe that's based like on a recipe in here, but tweaked so that your dog will love it an extra amount. Like for example, say your dog like loves mango. We can find a way to incorporate mango into one of the cakes and then like decorate it with like little bits of mango and stuff like that, so that it's like extra personalized and fun for your dog. So yeah, I hope that you like these goodies. So to get the pre-order goodies, what you want to do is order the book from literally wherever lets you order the book from. Just order from there, and take a screenshot of your order confirmation and then email it to me. I'll have my email in the description box down below. And if you email me and haven't gotten a reply just yet, don't worry. I've got all of them. I'm just like putting them all in a little folder, and then I'll reply to you. So don't worry, like your email isn't lost. And then once the book has been launched, I will email you with all the, I guess, like virtual goodies, which are what? I totally forget. It's like the merch discount code, and we'll get started on like the little cake recipe for your dog. And then all the physical items will be mailed to you. But yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. This has been such a whirlwind, especially because this year has been like literally a cookbook year. My publisher reached out, not this October, but the October before, yes, and asked me if I wanted to do a Halloween cookbook. I said yes, so like that's the one coming next. But then I also pitched a couple others. So it's been like a year where I've like shot 3 cookbooks. It's been absolutely insane. But I mean, like I hope that you guys like it, because there's just like so many recipes coming for you. I don't know, I think I've done like, how many were in reindeer food? 50 or 60, then I think there's another 70, I think, in the Halloween cookbook. So a ton of recipes. A lot of them are like new, never seen on YouTube before. So I hope that you guys like them. I hope that you're not overwhelmed with like all the amount of like cookbooks that I'm like throwing at you. But I just want to thank you so much. I've been able to publish 5 cookbooks by 30, and that is something I did not think was possible. Like, my God. So thank you so much. It means so much to me. Side note, I am working on finishing up the pankobunny website. It's so exciting, and there's going to be a lot of goodies there for you to totally free goodies, and I'm also looking forward to selling these on my website too. I mean, like if you want it now, definitely pre-order it. Like I have no space to even store the 5 books that I got from my publisher, let alone like say like 50 to keep in stock for my website. So that'll be like down the road, but eventually it will be beautiful, and I'm really, really excited for you guys to see that. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much. You have made my life. This is something this makes me so happy, and I'm so happy that you guys like the stuff that I do. There's going to be a pretty big like life update video coming in the next few months. I mean, maybe in like July or something, because so much has been happening behind the scenes, and I'd like to give you guys just like a full update on that, and I don't know, just share more with you. So a lot will be coming, a lot will be getting better and improving, and I'm really, really excited. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for your support. I love you all so much. I hope that you love the book. If you have any questions about it, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next week for another recipe. I'm doing some more of like the recipes from the cookbook just to like promote it and show you guys like what you can expect from the book. So definitely stay tuned. But then after next week, I think, like trying to like plan my schedule, we'll be going back to human food. So don't worry if you're like, why is it just like turned into dog recipes? It's just like for the book. So anyways, yeah, I love you all so much. Thank you so much. And I will see you next week in the new video.